Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL Week 1 preview between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Now let's start with Detroit in this game as they travel down to Tampa. The biggest matchup in this ballgame that I'm waiting to see is center Dominic Raiola versus Gerald McCoy, the second-year guy out of Oklahoma, Tampa's defensive tackle. If the center spot of Detroit cannot be a detriment to team success, the Lions are going to be a dangerous team this year. So how well they handle that matchup, that's going to be something to watch. And they have to get the running game to going to a respectable level. Java Best is a talented tailback. They lost some depth in the offseason with Mikael LaShore gone for the year. But they have some guys back there that can, be a solid, tandem. But I want to see Java Best take the next step, and they have to get that running game to a respectable level. Because if the running game gets going, we know the passing game is going to take care of itself. It's up to those backfield guys to get that running game up to a respectable level. Defensively, you want to locate Kellen Winslow. That's the hidden factor of this offense for Tampa Bay. Kellen Winslow, his ability to make plays and really be an effective wide receiver as well as a blocking tight end. Keep an eye on him, locate wherever he is on the field. You guys are going to have a chance to win. You want to play inside out versus those wide receivers, guys. Those wide receivers are outstanding with body control and walling off defensive backs. Play inside out, force these guys to go to the outside. You're going to force Freeman to be that much more accurate throwing the football down the field. Because if you allow those wide receivers to get inside release, it could be a long day for that secondary, because they do have size and they do have the ability to catch the football and also break tackles in Mike Williams and Aurelius Smith. Both guys are very talented. Now you look at Tampa coming to this game. Offensively, I look at the interior offensive line versus Ndamukong Suh. If you guys allow pressure to get within to Freeman, it's gonna be a tough day. You guys are gonna have a tough go at it. And don't sleep on Corey Williams as well as a defensive pressure, getting pressure from the defensive tackle spot. So if they're able to get interior pressure on you guys, then you look at Van Der Bosch on the end is going to be able to take advantage as well, because he's going to have one-on-one. So it's up to that interior offensive line to win those matchups. And you want to stick with the run even if it's not working. You guys ran for over 100 yards last year against Detroit. Stick with the running game. Eventually it will pop, and that's going to open up your passing game, your play-action passing. Now defensively, you want to play the run on the way to the quarterback. Until Detroit shows the ability to run the football with some consistency, you can play the run on the way to the quarterback, blitz these guys, check for the run, and still get to Matt Stafford. Also, I look at the matchup of Aqib Talib versus Calvin Johnson. Talib is a talented corner. On the field, this guy is awesome. Physical frame, tall, and he can match up well with Johnson, and he has to win that battle in order to take away a third of what Detroit really wants to do offensively. So I look for that matchup to be a vital one, because you guys also have some size. Look at the nickel guy in Myron Lewis, size back there. You guys have a talented secondary as well. So the big matchup has to be Talib versus Johnson. If he can take him away, you're going to force Nate Burleson to consistently make plays, and you can only count on Burleson for so much, to help you guys out. So Talib has to win that matchup. Now let's look at some positional breakdowns to see who has the advantage. Starting with the quarterbacks, I say it's even. Both quarterbacks are young and vital to their teams. Both are extremely impressive, so I have to give the edge to both teams. Best running game, you got to go with Tampa. LeGarrette Blount is a guy that you don't want to tackle. You don't want to even fight in the alley. So that edge has to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Best receiving core, I say it's even. You look at what they bring to the table in Calvin Johnson and also Burleson and 2 tight ends. Tampa offers the same thing. So both teams have even matchups at the wide receiver spot. Best offensive line, I'm going with Tampa. They have the better offensive line of the two. I believe I'm just not sold on the center spot for the Detroit Lions. Defensive line, you have to go with Detroit. Sue, Williams and company, Van Der Bosch. Yes, the Tampa added talent, but they're unproven yet, so you have to go with a consistent threat, and that's Detroit. Linebackers, even. Both guys have outstanding linebackers that can play downhill, and both actually excel in pass coverage. It's very impressive for both units. Best defensive backs, I say both teams have solid defensive backs. I like the Eric Wright addition in the offseason. They have Alphonso Smith, who I think is a real good corner, and Tampa has some solid corners as well, especially at the safety spot. Best special teams, I'm going with Detroit. They do a great job with Steve Logan making plays in that unit, and I like their coverage unit as well. They're very solid. X factor for Detroit is going to have to be that secondary. If they can step up and stop the passing game, the front seven is going to take care of their own. For Tampa, it's the running game. If you guys can run the football and keep Detroit's explosive offense off the field, you guys will have a chance. This is a revenge game from last season in which a game the Bucs should win. I think the Bucs come in and win this ball game. Even though Detroit's coming in riding high, there's always that week one upset, and I think this will be it, a slight upset as everybody's picking Detroit. I think the Bucs come in and take care of business at home. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.